as part of efforts to secure the future of Nigeria and guarantee her progressive march to economic prosperity. The renewed hope administration of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, has expressed its commitment in building everlasting road infrastructure with the most effective design at the lowest possible cost. This assurance was made by the Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Senator Engineer Wednesday David Umahi CON, during his inspection visit to the rehabilitation of Enugu-Port Harcourt Dual Carriageway, Section 4, Aba Port Harcourt, handled by the China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation Limited, CCECC, on Sunday, 24th March 2024. The Honorable Minister, who was accompanied by a member of the Senate Committee on Works and Deputy Chief Whip of the 10th Senate and other leaders across political divide from Southeast, said that some of the ideals in the renewed help mantra under his ministry include design and cost effectiveness, speed and standard of job delivery, as well as innovations that will guarantee zero maintenance and durability of road infrastructure in Nigeria. He urged contractors to always consider the sufferings of the road users as they set up their work plans. The Honorable Minister, who enjoined contractors to ensure that the roads they are working are made passable for commuters during the rainy season, he thanked Mr. President for the enablement to change the narrative of the road infrastructure in Nigeria. On the section being handled by CCECC, he directed, and I quote, "We will not accept anything less than 2 to 3 sections working, and I have given 7 days for this particular lane, that is, the upper bound lane, to be totally repaired to ameliorate the sufferings of the commuters. I feel for them very highly. When you go through this road, you now need to take a number of painkillers. It is not desirable. So I'm begging CCECC, the controller, and the engineers to do everything possible in the next 7 days and create a smooth sail on this right-hand side."
We will not accept anything less than 2-3 sections working. And I've given 7 days for this particular lane, that is the upper-bound lane, to be totally repaired, so that to ameliorate the sufferings of the commuters. I feel for them very highly. When you go through this road, you now need to take a number of painkillers. It's not desirable. So I'm begging CCC and the controller and our engineers to do everything possible in the next 7 days and create a smooth sail, on this right-hand side. I'll be coming back. I've been here for more than 7 times. I'll be coming again for it. I intend to visit, all projects with this frequency. This is what Mr. President directed.
He further said, "I want to thank Mr. President so much. He has done a lot in our road infrastructure. He's a man who wants all the roads to be completed as soon as possible. But let me assure him that I am doing the best that I can with the fear of God and with commitment to his renewed hope agenda, which we all embraced." He continued. And just only 2 days ago, with these leaders, we went to Asaba to look at the design of the bypass of the second Niger bridge, and we went to Onitsha, and by that singular movement we saw that the design was defective and we agreed on a new kind of design. That was how we saved the country over 300 billion by that singular movement to that location.
I want to thank Mr. President so much. He has done a lot in our road infrastructure. He's a man that will want all the roads to be completed just in 1 year. But let me assure him that I'm doing the best that I can with the fear of God and with commitment to his renewed hope agenda, which we all embrace. And just only, 2 days back, with these leaders, we went to Asaba to look at the design of the bypass of the second Niger bridge, and we went to Onitsha. And by that singular movement, we saw that the design was defective, and we agreed on a new kind of design that we saved the country over 300 billion by that singular movement to that location. And this is what we intend to do. I'm not an office minister, and I don't intend to be an office minister. We continue to do this. And so there will be no warning letter to CCCC on this project because they have done very well.
The Honorable Minister, who also visited the upgrading of the 15-kilometer section of the East-West Road Section 3, Port Harcourt Eleme Junction to One Junction in Rivers State, handled by ROCC, the rehabilitation of Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway Section 3, Enugu-Lopanta, handled by CGC, and the rehabilitation work at a collapsed bridge site at a new artisan bridge new NNPC mega filling station in Enugu Capital City in Enugu State. Expressed satisfaction with the job being done, but charged contractors to step up their pace to cover a milestone ahead of the rainy season. He said of the project along Eleme Refinery Road, and I quote, "We are upgrading the 15-kilometer road between Eleme Flyover to One Junction. We are starting with excavation to fill all the failed sections to make them stable. And when we get to where stable, we build up the boulders. After boulders, we put up sharp sand, and after the sharp sand, we compact. After the compaction, we put the first layer of stone base, 200 cm first layer that we build up against another 10 cm of stone base. We compact. After compacting, we leave it out for traffic so that it gets maximum compaction. After that, we put 10 cm with 5% cement to stabilize it and make it very strong. That will make the road very stable and it will last for a long time." End of quote.
It's starting from Element Junction on Abba Port Harcourt Road, and it's getting to Newport. This road is housing a lot of federal government assets, the refinery, the petrochemical, the port, and so many other industries. So it's a very, very critical asset of the federal government. We redesigned the project for all the major failures that we have to dig between 300 to 300, that's 0.3 meter to 1 meter, and refill with lumps. Sometimes lumps will be 500, sometimes with 300. Then we'll put sharp sand, then put the first layer of 20 cm of stone base, and then open it for traffic, and after which you put the last layer of 10 cm that is mixed with cement. And that is what the contractor is simply doing. He's covered close to 3 kilometers, excluding the last layer of 10 cm mixed with cement. And the design of this project, with the good work that the contractor is doing, is such that after we put the reinforced concrete on it, it's going to last not less than 100 years. And that is what this road requires, because it's experiencing a lot of traffic, daily. Even on Sunday, you can see a lot of traffic.
The stakeholders from Southeast who accompanied the Honorable Minister thanked Mr. President for appointing a round peg in a round hole and for taking a bold and reassuring step to recover the economy of the country. They enjoined Nigerians to continue to have faith in the renewed hope administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. The Deputy Chief Whip, Senator Barrister Onyekachi Peter Nweboy, who is also the Deputy Chairman Public Accounts and Member Works Committee of the 10th Senate, said, and I quote, "This is what we were lacking before." Like he said, he is not an office minister. He moves from site to site to ensure that the jobs are done according to specification. That is what we want in this country. And I want to commend Mr. President for finding him worthy. This is the very first time an expert is leading this ministry. And I want to assure Nigerians that very soon they will see the difference in all our projects. End of quote.
Let me start with appreciating Honorable Minister for his constant supervision of all projects in his ministry. This is what we were lacking before. Like he said here, he's not an office minister. He moved from site to site to ensure that the jobs are done according to specification. And that is what we want in this country. And I want to commend Mr. President for finding him worthy to serve in this office. This is the very first time an expert is heading this ministry. And I want to assure Nigerians that very soon they will see the difference in all our roads.
The former secretary to the government of the Federation and former Senate President, Senator Anyim Pius Anyim GCON, said, and I quote, "I want to remind you that the day the Honorable Minister took oath of office, he had a reception and I shared it. And I reassured Nigerians that he would exceed their expectations. I think this trip is a follow-up to that assurance to satisfy myself that he is actually exceeding expectations. And I can tell you that it is amazing. His passion, his expertise impacts the design, the quality, the speed, the durability, and in fact impacts the style of project implementation. And for the 2 days we've been on the road, it has been like never before. And I want to say that I am proud that he's exceeding expectations. And I want to say that I have been vindicated that the president did not make a mistake. Again, I want to re-emphasize, like my brother, there is a case of square peg in a square hole. End of quote.
And in fact impacts on the style of project implementation. And for the 2 days we've been on the road, it's been like never before. And I want to say that I am proud that he is exceeding expectation. And I want to say that I've been vindicated that the president did not make any mistake. Again, I want to re-emphasize, like my brother, that it's a case of square peg in a square hole. Thank you, Mr. President.
The former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Chief Olisa Metu, said, and I quote, "I want to state clearly, publicly, what I have seen in the last 2 days. In the last 2 days, I have witnessed things that I never knew were possible on the issue of road construction in Nigeria, especially on these roads. I have gone with the Honorable Minister. I have seen, have been satisfied. I feel that it is a question of a round peg in a round hole. Our request, Mr. President, is that the hope is real, and as long as the Minister is in charge, he's being supported, he's being funded, Mr. President is going to write his name in gold in the annals of our history for generations to come. This will be a reference point about what he has done on our roads in the entire country. It is a legacy project for Nigerians. I want to state that the most important thing is not only the quality of the roads that we have seen, but the fact that it is being done in the lowest amount of money. What the Honorable Minister is saving the country, saving from the budget, saving the nation, and the instruction of Mr. President is unquantifiable. This is democracy in action. Mr. President, thank you so much. We thank Mr. President, and we thank you, Mr. Honorable Minister. End of quote.
I want to state clearly, publicly, what I have seen in the past 2 days. In the last 2 days, I have witnessed things that I never knew were possible in the issue of road construction in Nigeria, especially on these roads. I've gone with the Honorable Minister. I have seen, I've been satisfied. I feel that this is a question of a round hole, a round peg in a round hole. Our request to Mr. President is that the hope is real. And as long as the minister is in charge, is being supported, is being funded, Mr. President is going to write his name in gold in the annals of our history. For generations to come, we will refer, this will be a reference point about what he has done on our roads in the entire country. It's a legacy project. For Nigerians, I want to state that the most important thing is not only the quality of the roads that we have seen, but the fact that it's being done at the lowest level of amount of money that they could spend. What the Honorable Minister is saving the country, saving from the budget, saving the nation on the instruction of Mr. President is unquantifiable. This is democracy in action. Mr. President, thank you so much. Thank Mr. President, and we thank you, Mr. Honorable Minister.
Signed by Honorable Barrister Oji Uchenna, Special Advisor Media, the Honorable Minister of Works.